Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the Gorlitz High Performance Garage channel. And today we're going to be taking a bite out of a shit sandwich. It's going to be a good one. All that debris in the intake. I'm surprised this thing hasn't caught on fire yet. It is on full coverage, so if it does, they'll give us the value of the car, which I think is like, now it's like, I don't know, $8,000, I think. If that, fuck, I don't know. But I've let the maintenance go on this thing long enough. It has a miss. It's misfiring. It's being a whore. It's doing terrible things. So, I don't remember how these fucking things come off. Might have to look that shit up. But anyway, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Anyhow, I got new coil packs and plugs to put in this thing, and I already showed you all that bullshit. So, we're getting into it. And here's the tools I will need. 3/8 rubber hose, fuel line, to put on the end of the spark plug to start it in the hole. You'll need 3/8 drive ratchet, extension, and spark plug socket that has the rubber inside. This is a good one here. Safety glass pieces. Anyway, you need some electrical grease, silicone compound. That's some good shit. Let that, it'll keep that from corroding. Spark plug socket with nothing in it, and a 1/4-inch drive ratchet with a 10mm on the end. Oh, sacred 10mm. Ooh, hey, you're getting to see one out in the wild. And some extra fucking 3/8 drive extensions. I don't know if, I can't remember if I need them extra ones or not, but I guess we're going to find out. I would say probably. But we're going to do a mix and match here. We're going to put a Champion and a V-Power and an NGK in each fucking cylinder. So that way, we're not going to have anything, a cylinder with just Champions in it, or, not going to have one whole bank with just V-Powers and the other side Champions. I figured I'd mix them, so just in case the one underperforms the other, hopefully it'll even out later. So anyway, that's what I got going on here. And yeah, we got all 8 coil packs, brand new. Gonna look out of place on that dirty ass fucking Hemi engine. Hopefully this helps with the spark plugs getting blown to pieces thing. I don't think it's going to help because, why would it? For one, and, to keep me on my fucking toes. But the plugs that are good in the car right now, I'm going to hang on to. I'm going to put them in these little plug boxes. Because I don't ever throw shit away. I'm going to keep them as spares. Just in case, for some reason, we have a cylinder go awry and go fucking rogue on our ass. And, fuck up. So, here we go. Here we fucking go with the aggravation. So, pain in my ass. Car needs an alignment, needs an oil change. I put new brakes on it. Just last year, it's got the drilled, slotted rotors. Plus, I put brand new calipers on the front. Brand new brake hoses on the front. Brand new rotors, pads, you name it. The back, I put hoses on the back, but I didn't put calipers on the back. I left those alone because they weren't giving me any troubles. or I should say her, any troubles. They were okay. So I need to get this hose right here. That motherfucker split open because it's old. It just falls right off of there, and I got it shoved on. But I mean, that's probably a fucking $20 item right there because it's shaped. So anyway, let's get this show on the fucking road and get this bullshit done. This is a pain in my dick right here. This car it was good when it was new. Now it's a pile of shit. And, neglect has set in, as you can see. By the sticker, it's all tearing. See the sun faded. You could take that off and still say Hemi on there. People would see it. You could outline it if you were good with an airbrush. You could outline that and get rid of the fucking sticker, but you would still have the sticker because the paint would be darker where the sticker was. So it doesn't really matter. But we got clear coat peeling up here because the car sits outside. It doesn't necessarily run that much in the salt, but and this molding is a pain in the ass. Right here, I've glued it on several fucking times. I hate it. It's got a rust blister on the wheel well on the other side, which is a great big fucking hole. The hood, though, is aluminum. It is completely aluminum. You can hear it. Plus, my magnet doesn't stick to it for my light. So that tells me it's not steel. It is aluminum, and it's very soft. I pushed on it around the latch, where you push it down to latch it, and I put a dent in the hood. And, I did get it out, but that's a different thing. And I even put new headlights in this thing once. The light on this side, on the bottom, the bottom light there, for some reason, quit working. I don't know why. I guess the wire come loose or something. But you have to take that whole nose piece off, that whole front one piece plastic bunch of fucking trash off, because I didn't get all the clips back in. I did buy some. I might try to get a couple more put in there. But anyway, this car is highly neglected because of the situation of my relationship with my spouse and, me refusing to work on it. So, well, anyway, without further ado, I'll have a test drive video on here, and that'll be next. I'll be test driving it. It'll be done. It has quit raining for now. It's supposed to be decent tomorrow. I don't know how decent it's going to be, but it will be fairly decent. High of close to 50. Anyway, so let's get started on this bullshit. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hello, Mama. Whoa. What's next month hold? Next month's my birthday month. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh jeez. I gotta get to work. All right, everybody. All right. We got them all in. Brand new. Have some. These valve covers. They have. Each side has a set of gaskets. You have 2 for the spark plug holes each cylinder, and then you got the pan. And the same over here. Now, over there, on the driver's side, I had a cylinder. I had plug holes that were full of oil. And on this side, I had a couple that were full of oil. Because it needs a gasket. It needs gaskets. I mean, what the fuck ever. We're going to see if it'll start and go. Here's the old packs. The boots are crusty on them. Here's one of them ones that had oil all over it. I saved all the old plugs. I just put them back in the new boxes. And we're going to see what the fuck happens here. See if it'll run. See if it sounds any better. I don't know. Let's go. Sounds good. I guess we'll have to see how it runs. Huh. Alrighty. A little smoke out of one of the cylinders because oil dropped down in it. So. Alright, there it is. Well, there we go so far. The test drive will speak volumes. So I got a little bit of oil down there on the exhaust. Because when I took that one set out, it's this cylinder here. This is the one I had to redo the threads in. Just one of them. And it dripped oil down. When I pulled them out, I mean, oil just ran out of the plug sockets. So I pulled them out, then the oil poured down in the fucking down in the cylinder. So, all right. Well, now next is the fucking test drive. Well, here it is, performing within normal parameters. So, I'm not going to say it's fixed. I'm not going to say that it's doing good. We're moving. That's all I'm going to say. We're moving. It's keeping steady pace. I'm sorry. It has 174,000 miles on it. There's my ma and pa. It seems like it's running smoother. It's not hesitating or anything like that so far. I'm going to have to stop at a Napa or something and get me a tire pressure gauge because it feels like this thing has some low tires. It's got somebody in front of me here. It's going 10 miles an hour. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to say, I'm back. I need the tire pressure gauge. Come on. We need to get out of here. There's a bomb in the back. We need to go. Get down. It's going to go off. I guess. Get up there and see. There's a really good gas station up here that actually, switch hands here, that actually will give you air for free, like it was when I was a child. It's very foggy around here, but yeah, there we go. Had to burn some of that oil off that got on it. I just might stop and get a couple of snacks, motherfucker. Look around here, make sure nobody's coming to bore me in the fucking door. So, here we are. Napa, or Grantsville Auto Parts. Okay, everybody. That'll do it for working on the Daytona. I'm gonna head to this grocery store down here and get something. That's either fog blown past me or that's still oil smoke. One of the two. Hell, I don't know. Anyway, everybody, have a good one, and I'll see y'all in the next one. If there is a next time. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Ooh. All right, everybody. I want to show you something real fast here. See that brake pedal? You probably already know this, but usually you know you got a high mileage car when you have a brake pedal that looks like that. Now the gas pedal, I don't know, can't really go by that, but a lot of times, because people, when they hit the brakes, they are on the edge because their foot's right here and they're on the edge. And you know the story. You know how it goes. But that's one way to indicate if somebody's lying to you about mileage on something that you're trying to sell. Just look at the damn brake pedal. See, this car says 66,398. Now, we all know that's horseshit. Because, back in the day when they built these cars, GM wasn't planning on these things lasting for very long. So, they just thought, fuck, they'll use them and abuse them and pitch them or trade them and, or they'll go to the crusher or something like that and they'll just be shit, and that's what they were planning on. That's what they were hoping for, was for these cars to just be disposable. And today they've met their fucking goal of making cars disposable fucking piles of shit. Because, you can't even hardly wear a brake pedal out. And, you're fucking either trading it off or scrapping the fucking thing, with at the max 10 years of life. If, you can get that much out of it. But usually that's norm for these new cars, 5 to 10 years. And, they've succeeded on all that other horse shit. But, I, as you can see in the other footage I have here, must be an allergy bothering my fucking eyeball, because it's been red and itchy all fucking day, and then I cut all my fucking hair off, and now the gasoline is burning my eyes right now. But it's red and irritated. But with the other footage there, I got the charger going. So far it's good. It's not here right now. Wife had to attend a concert in Johnstown. I don't know if it's Godsmack or who the fuck it is over there playing, but might be Falling in Reverse, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who's over there. She told me, and I forgot because I don't care. I listen to them on the radio and stuff all the time. I like their stuff, but I'm not going to bust my ass to go see them live. What the fuck? All you're going to have is motherfuckers holding their cell phones up going, woo, woo, oh, oh. Big deal. I'll just watch them on TV or listen to them on the radio. I have no desire to go see them play. Like Led Zeppelin and ZZ Top are two of my really good favorite bands. They're my favorites. Led Zeppelin of all time is they are my all-time favorite. And if they dug up fucking Bonzo and had him playing the drums and they were all standing over here in the field, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if they're there or not. The same way with ZZ Top, they was over here fucking jamming, and playing shit and spinning their guitars like they did around in the 80s. And they dug up Frank Beard and had him come back and play bass. I'm just like, yeah, I see him over there. All right, I got to go somewhere, or I got to go in the house here and, watch TV, because, I'd rather do that than fuck with shit like that and go see bands play. It's like seeing local bands here. These women from their 20s to their 40s that don't have a life apparently, or they have midlife crises and stuff like that. That's where they run. They run to the bars to see these bands, these local bands play, and they get to know the people that are in the band. Because for some reason, when a woman drinks alcohol, nothing makes her scamper wetter than somebody who can play an instrument. And it's like, I don't see the excitement. I just don't. But then, I don't have a vagina. I have a dick and balls. I mean, if the bitch from Evanescence was down here at the bar playing, and she was half nude, I still wouldn't go to see her, because chances are I can probably see her titties on the internet somewhere. I'm sure they're in there someplace, and they're probably not very big, because they don't look like they're very big on her anyway. Anyhow, but the Charger is surviving as far as I know. Of course, my wife and every woman out there is, ASE certified for some reason or another. I have all this experience working on cars and shit, and I've built vehicles, but I don't have the knowledge, that a female has on a car, because usually when there's something wrong with it, it's always number one's the brakes. It's always the brakes. Oh my God, the brakes are bad on my car. You hear them squealing? Disc brakes squeal, honey. Doesn't mean that they're bad. They squeal because they exist. And, when you're riding them, or you're going down a hill and you see a stop sign and you're not slamming on them until you're right at the sign, usually is a pretty good indication of why they wear out quickly. Or, my favorite is when the check engine light comes on. And a lot of them will say it's a transmission light. Oh, the transmission light's on. It's like, what? There is no transmission light. At least I haven't seen one yet. I'm like, oh, it's the check engine light. Oh my God, what are we going to do? It's okay. Is it still running? Yeah. When you pull it in gear, does it run? Yeah. It doesn't shut off or nothing? No. Well, then drive it. Bring it home. If the check engine light starts blinking on and off and it's, sputtering and carrying on and doesn't want to stay running, try and get as far as you can with it. And if it does shut off, get it off the road. That's important. To get it off the road, out of everybody else's way. And, try to start it back up to move further. And if you can't, then call me and say, hey, I'm along the road. I'm broke down. The car won't go anywhere. It won't run. It keeps shutting off. Okay. All right. I'll be there. That has happened once, but it was the Charger that had blown the spark plug up out of one of the holes and destroyed the coil pack. Destroyed. Busted the bottom of it. Ripped the fucking boot clear off. Spring was gone. It was inside the boot. The spring carries the energy down. It was completely fucking gone. Fried. Gone. It was in chunks laying in the little spark plug tube, Some of it I couldn't get out, so I just fired it up and blew the chunks of it up out. But anyway, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to do. I just wanted to start the Chevelle just because it has been started in about a week or so. And if it's if it's nice here anytime on next weekend, I might just get it out and take it for a little victory lap up and down the road here. I do still need to get transmission fluid. I'm completely out. So, that shit is not fucking cheap. I went to an auto parts store. It's like fucking anywhere from $6 to $10 a fucking quart. And it's like, I remember when it was like $1 a quart. I used to buy Kendall oil down at, there was a store, Advance took its place. It was called Giant Auto. And they had Kendall oil for $1 a quart. But anyway, you could change your fucking oil for like, if you did it yourself, the filter was like $5. You could get 4 quarts of oil for your Chevy 350. I think it took like 4.5, 5. I could get 5 quarts of oil and an oil filter for like $15, $16 back in the day. But anyhow, they had that big deal on Kendall oil, and I was buying the 2050, and that was back in the days when still had zinc and phosphorus in the oil. Yeah, every oil you bought back then had zinc and phosphorus in it, and it was good oil, and it never let you down. It was all good. People always complained about Quaker State, said Quaker State was some shitty oil, that it didn't have all the good stuff in it, and it would sludge up and stuff. But any oil will sludge up if you don't change it. You don't change it when you're supposed to, or when it's close to that time, or around that vicinity. It will sludge up on you. It will get burnt in around the rockers and stuff in the heads, and it'll be burned up in the lifter valley and stuff on them V8s. But yeah. The Charger's doing good now, but she said that it's still missing. It still has a miss. It's like, does it do it all the time while you're driving? Is it jerking and stuff? No. I said, well, it used to do that when you'd go to give it more gas to get up the next hill. It would and it would jerk and miss and carry on. It didn't have much power, it seemed. And I mean, I test drove it. No, you see in the video. I test drove the damn thing, and it ran pretty goddamn good for me. It ran excellent for me. And she says, there's still a miss. And I said, well, the compressor, when you turn on the heat, when you turn on like the defrost and for the windshield and the heat for the floor, that air conditioner clutch will kick in and out. It kicks on and off. I don't know why, but it does. It does, I guess, because it's the defroster part of it, I guess. But it does that, and when it does, the car will be idling, and it'll go. It does that over and over. It cycles back and forth. There's nothing you can do about it. Turn the heat off, and it won't do it. So, because when we had those 80s model Camaros with the 305s in them with the air conditioning, the Z28s, my sister had one, my mother had one, and the only way those cars would stay running cool, because them sons of bitches would run 220, you would have to turn the heater onto the bi-level setting, so that clutch would kick back and forth. It's like it would kick the fans on more often than, it not kicking them on. So it seemed like it helped. So I got a squalling kid over here. He's over there squealing and hollering about something. And my dog's over here barking, and he's a ripping and tearing. He's got all the siding tore off his fucking dog box. There he's looking. He's like, fuck you. I see something else. Might be a squirrel, maybe. Anyway. I'll leave you with some familiar, awesome sights of the Chevelle. But I know one thing, I'm definitely going to have to get me some tires for that son of a bitch. because I rotated the back ones because, it turned on into that one tire fire on me. She's kind of thin there in the middle. Of course, they do that when you burn the shit out of them. So, anyway, and unfortunately, speaking of, since I'm showing you the truck here, I'll clarify some things here. These headers, I was going to use these headers on the truck here to make Zumbi pipes. But that idea has fallen through because my step here aids in holding the fender to the wood side on the bed. So, the thoughts now I have are going to be a set of stacks. I'm going to run a set of stacks up to about here. Just a little bit past the bed. I'm going to put a rain cap on them. They're going to be big old fucking 3-inch stacks. I'm going to put those up I'm going to attach them to the bed. They're going to be away from the cab a little bit. They're going to come up through here. And I'm going to end them here. Be just a little bit taller in the cab. Because I don't want to get them too high that they can't get in and out of the garage here with it. So, I'm going to get me some flex pipe that they use on these dump trucks and such. I'm going to get me some of that. And then we're going to run stacks on both sides. Like the Little Red Express theme type thing. And we're going to put spark plugs in the pipes down there. I'm going to put them where I can get to them easily without having to crawl around. I'm going to get some bungs and weld. I'm going to drill a hole in the side of the pipe. Put a bung there. I'm going to put a spark plug in it. I'm going to get me a good connection, a good connector, maybe a spark plug wire. That'd probably work. And I'm going to run it to a coil, like out of an HI ignition. I'm going to do that. We're going to attach that all up. And that's how we're going to throw our fire out the pipe. I'm just going to hook it to a toggle switch in the dash here. And we're going to throw fire at night. Not in the garage here. My God, I burned my ceiling out. But it's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be spectacular. Because you have to have a lot of energy. And a coil is the best thing, I think, to run that energy. So I'm going to think of some things. I'm going to get with some folks that I know that does wiring stuff. I'm going to get with them and we're going to make this happen. I would like to have it for the Route 51 cruise down here in Cumberland. Because I'm taking the Chevelle to the big Frostburg cruise this year. And I probably won't run it up and down Main Street. I might when I leave. I'm going to probably do a burnout. But this year I'll have 8 vacation days. So I'm going to use all 8 of those motherfuckers at once this year. Next year I'll probably just use 5, I guess. What I usually like to do, because the Frostburg cruise is on a Thursday night, I'll take the Friday, then we have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's a paid holiday. Then I usually take the other 4 the rest of that week. Then what'll happen is then I'll have 3 extras on the tail end of that 5. I'll have those 3 additional vacation days, and I'll take Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off of that the week after. So I'll have plenty of time to do lots of things that I need to do. But I would like to get it done. that's usually the end of the car show season. I like to end it with a bang because, the Street Rod Roundup is then. The 51 Cruise, there's 2 of those every year. There's one on, Memorial Weekend. There's one down there on 51 in Cumberland. Then they have one on Labor Day weekend. They have one that Saturday before Labor Day. And then, plus the Street Rod Roundup is at the fairgrounds in Cumberland it's on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I get the chance to go to that too. And hopefully I have a few bucks. Maybe. If we get our raises like they're saying we're supposed to down at work. Hopefully it'll be a really good car show season again this year for 24. But hopefully we can get Biden the retard out of office this November. I'll be looking forward to that shit. So I'm definitely going to go out there and vote my ass off. And the jig is up on the immigrant thing. That's starting to fall apart here on old Joe, because a lot of these sanctuary cities are getting pissed. And the local residents, that voted for all this bullshit, because they're only in the sanctuary cities, that are run by Democrats. So these locals in the sanctuary cities that voted for this crazy nonsense, because they didn't think it was going to get fucking retarded out of control like it has. So they are really pissed off, and they're starting to speak out about it, because they're closing schools to put these people in for shelter. They've taken all our veterans and our homeless people, our homeless veterans, out of these shelters and thrown them out on the street. They're putting citizens out in the street, and then putting immigrants that come across the border in these places. All the shelters are full of immigrants. All the fucking schools are full of them, because they closed them the fuck up to cheat everybody out of their education. Plus, they're building other buildings. The military put up inflatable fucking tents to house these motherfuckers in. I wouldn't mind this. I mean, if I'm not against immigrants coming to the country, if they just do it the way they're supposed to, if they come in and go through all the channels just like any other fucking person that wants to live in the United States would do, come in here, do what they got to do, pass a citizenship test, get a green card, get a job, earn your fucking way. There are hard-working fucking people that came here from other countries and are doing this, and they're trying to get their families here, and they can't get them here. They're denied all the time, but they have worked their way there. Those are the people I want here. These other motherfuckers that are just being flown in and coming across the border and stuff, and they're not doing anything about it, these are the motherfuckers we need to deport. They are freeloading fucking assholes. Our Social Security and our fucking tax dollars are going in the pockets of these assholes, and now they want to fucking hire them. They want to hire them. They want to lay off American workers and hire these immigrant assholes, these illegals, not immigrant assholes, these illegals that are coming across the border. They want to hire them in their place so they can pay them less money, and profits will soar. All right, yeah, because I can tell you right now, Chick-fil-A and Tyson Chicken have lost my business. Tyson supplies the chicken to Chick-fil-A for their sandwiches and nuggets and all that stuff. And Tyson, they have their line of chicken that they put out in stores. Fuck you too. Fuck you, Chick-fil-A, and fuck you, Tyson. I will never buy your shit ever again. I have severed my ties with you places. I mean, I don't eat Chick-fil-A that often. I don't even eat there once a month. If I think about the place and I see it, And I'm thinking, I feel like a chicken sandwich. I'll go in there. But there's chicken from other places. I'm going to find out what other fucking places they supply their chicken to, and I'm not going to these places anymore. I'm going to completely boycott their asses and whatever else they own, because I want this place to fail. I want them to go under. Because if they're going to do that and fuck all of us, we need to turn around and fuck them back. That's the way I see it. So fuck you, Chick-fil-A. You're one of the known users of their chicken. I am going to buy everything Purdue because Purdue is made close to me. There's a chicken plant in Moorfield, West Virginia, which it's about an hour. I think an hour and 15 minutes away, something like that. I will travel. I will buy their stuff first before I ever buy Tyson chicken. Or I will buy chicken at local fucking places that is, put in there with, at supermarkets. I gotta find out who's taking the fucking injected fucking meat and putting it in there to fucking kill all of us. I don't want any of that shit either. But there is a beef outfit out west here. They're building a great big facility. They're going to start butchering beef out here. I forget the name of the place. I saw it advertised, but it's going to be all natural stuff. It's going to be free range fucking beef that eats nothing but fucking grass all day. And they fart and belch whenever they want to. And that's another thing. Farting, belching animals are not causing climate change. There's no such thing as climate change. There's no such thing. That is a farce. That is a fucking term for gaining fucking money. That is shit that Bill Gates and fucking Al Gore made up one day. Al Gore especially. Those two assholes made this shit up. Fucking Bill Gates running around telling everybody how we need to cut all the trees down because they're causing climate change. Fuck you. You stupid fuck. You think we're that fucking stupid? Jesus Christ. Come on. There's no way that plants are causing climate change. And we need CO2 in the air, folks. Those cows help oxygenate the fucking soil on these farms. They help oxygenate the soil by eating the grass. It gives that grass more time to fucking grow. It takes in more CO2. It grows higher. It leaves out fucking oxygen. So all of us can breathe. Well, how hard is that to understand? I learned that. Like I said before, I learned this stuff in elementary school in 3rd grade. I learned it again in crop soil science in agriculture class in high school. I took a lot of those agriculture classes. I took livestock management class. I took fucking greenhouse fucking science, where we learned about different kinds of soils and transporting plants from one to the other, and about hybrid seeds and stuff. We learned all this shit in there. I can build a greenhouse out here and just make my own shit constant all year long. As long as I can keep it warm in there, my stuff will grow all the time. Which, it's going to come to that soon. Now the crazy bastards, they're trying to get a law passed that you can't grow nothing at your house now. That you can't have a garden. They're making it hard for people to get raised garden beds. You know what? Just go buy some lumber and fucking build your own and go buy the dirt. A lot of places are going to go out of business because of this. And, this shit about the China building car plants in Mexico, I would charge them out the ass to bring their piece of shit cars across that fucking southern border. That's what they're after. They're just after that to happen so they can flood our market with junky electric cars. I mean, nobody's going to buy them. They're all electric too. There's none of them that are gas or diesel or anything. They're all electric fucking cars, and they're real cheap. So that means they'll catch on fire and burn up faster. They'll burn you alive even quicker. So don't buy any Chinese fucking cars. I mean, we need to sever our ties with China completely. And whenever American companies decide that they think it's okay to go over there, bye. See you later. You can go fuck yourself. because I won't be buying none of your shit either. I mean, it's tough right now not to buy something that's made in China, because everything we get here is made in China. And it's because of greedy politicians sold our fucking jobs to those douchebags. So here's what we have left. This is what we got, folks. And, you have your greedy politicians that sit on their fucking hands down there in D.C. We need term limits. These motherfuckers don't need to be in office for 80 fucking years. Or 50 years, or whatever, however long these fucking old bastards are going to fucking live. We need to get these motherfuckers out of here. Need to throw them out. Get fresh fucking meat in there. Get honest people in there. And we need to pass a law saying that it's illegal for them to play the stock market while they're serving offices down here. While they're public servants, they're not allowed to play the stock market. That's just how it should be. And we need to police that motherfucker. That son of a bitch needs oversight out the ass to stop all this fraud. These fucking CEOs and executives of these companies are just making billions of dollars a year. They're fucking us. And now they're trying to squander our fucking Social Security away in this fucking gambling fucking casino of a fucking market we got going here. And the only ones that are gaining from it are the big, rich, fat fuckers. And our politicians down here in D.C., the Democrats, and there's some Republicans too in there. There's a lot of Democrats that went from, having hundreds of thousands of dollars in their accounts to having millions of dollars in their accounts. And that's wrong. And I mean, this is within the last year. They've gotten fucking shit tons of fucking money from lobbyists and from having insider trading information in the stock market. That's how they've been doing this shit. So, and then they wonder how these motherfuckers are getting rich. Well, that's how they're getting rich. That's how they are. They are fleecing America. They're selling us out. We need to vote these cocksuckers out. They're selling us out. So, please, everybody, go fucking vote. Go out there, make your voice heard. But I'm not real sure how we're going to stop them from cheating. I don't really know. They're trying to get all these immigrants, these illegals, these illegal assholes. I keep saying immigrants. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that. Legal immigrants are fine. These illegal motherfuckers, they want to try and pass phony, shoddy ass fucking laws. What the fuck? Is there a bird in here? Holy hell. Anyway. Oh my. I bet there is. I just heard wings flapping above my head here. Anyhow. Fucking robins. Anyway. They're trying to let these fuckers vote. They're trying to pass a shoddy law so they have the right to vote. And they're trying to pass laws. They've already did it in California. I think they're all allowed to vote out there and buy guns. Which, that's against the laws here. But, Democrats don't want you having a gun. They don't want a citizen having a gun. Because they don't want us to be able to fight back. They want to replace us with these assholes to reassure that they never lose the power. And we have to kick them out of there. We have to vote them out of power. And these people need gone after, and they need fucking dealt with. These people need to go to jail. And Trump needs to get rid of the crooked motherfuckers and the FBI, the CIA. We need to get rid of the IRS because they're not going to do nothing but come after us working folks. And that's what they want to do. I mean, it's okay for, Joe Biden and Hunter and all them to not pay their taxes. But as soon as I don't pay mine, they're coming. They're beating on my fucking door, coming to drag me away to jail. So I can't stress enough to anybody how important it is to go and vote these crooked bastards out of there. These motherfuckers don't deserve to fucking hold office. and Trump needs to he needs to write an executive order of some kind to amend the Constitution to put term limits for these congressmen and these fucking senators, because they are all crooked. They all want to make a lifetime career out of this, and that shouldn't be. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. And for everybody that's from Maryland, April McLean Delaney, you can go suck a big fat fucking horse dick. You fucking cunt. I hate you. You're a fucking Nazi bitch. Stop sending your fucking flyers to me in the goddamn mail, you cunt. Oh yeah. Fuck you too, David Trone. Fuck you. You're a fucking do-nothing fucking asshole. You're a do-nothing elected official. We need to vote these two assholes out of here. That fucking McLean bitch, she's a part of the Biden administration. Fuck you, you fucking cunt-faced whore bitch. You fucking Nazi Hitler whore. Go fuck yourself, you fucking cunt. I will never vote for you. No, we need to put an end to MAGA extremists. Fuck you. I know you hate America. You just want to get rich in it. You fucking cunt-faced fucking blonde-haired fucking pig-faced fucking twat. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, I hate that bitch. I graffitied up the flyer. I was going to show it to everybody, but I don't want to get in trouble and get another fucking strike against my fucking account because I did something that they don't fucking like, because, you know, God forbid, freedom of speech, you know. But anyway, everybody, I don't need no birds in this fucking place. Ah, shit. Trouble is, I got a hole over here in my plastic, and they find it and come down through. Then it'll be shitting all over my fucking car in here. I gotta put my window up. I want them inside. I can clean the shit off the paint, but get them inside, be pecking at my fucking interior. It's not gonna be a good thing. But anyhow, folks. Anyway, that's all I got. You'll see on the beginning here, I started on the Charger and I fixed it and took it for a little test run, and that's about it. And then the cold start on the Chevelle. So I'll just put on here Chevelle cold start so somebody will watch it. Alrighty. Everybody, like, share, comment, subscribe. And I will see you all on the next one.